So, guys, a lot of you people do not know that yesterday Nnamdi Kanu put a very big confusion to Justice James Omotosho and the federal government lawyers. He asked them a very big, a very good question, and all of them, couldn't even answer it, and all of them, ran away from the court. Now, I'm going to show you the question that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked, and this is one of the reasons why Nnamdi Kanu said that he was going to take over his case. Like I said, a lot of people don't even know that he's very brilliant and intelligent, and he knows the law. Now, yesterday, when the court started, they called up Nnamdi Kanu to come and begin his defense. Nnamdi Kanu walked up to the podium and, told the court, or told the presiding judge, being Justice James Omotosho, that he's not going to open up any defense. And, all of them were shocked. He said, fine, I'm going to pose a very big question to you. Under which law, according to the 1999 Constitution as amended, is the Nigerian government trying me? A lot of you people don't even understand where Nnamdi Kanu is headed. The federal government set a very big trap for him, and he fell into that particular trap and opened up his defense. In fact, it could have been finished for him. He could have lost that particular case. He asked them in court, asked Justice James Omotosho and the federal government lawyer, he threw the question to them that if they can answer this particular question, in fact, they should go ahead and convict him. He asked them, under which law is the Nigerian government trying me? Now, people should understand something. Let me explain what Nnamdi Kanu meant by that particular question. Now, the Terrorism Prevention Act of 2013, which is what the Nigerian government is using to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, clearly and explicitly stipulates and states that for you to say that something is a terrorist act, that the person must be directly involved. Let's say if it's bombing or probably killing and all that the person must be directly involved in one way or the other. And remember, this same 2013 Terrorism and Prevention Act stipulates that free speech, opinion, and people's comment do not fall under terrorism. That it do not fall under terrorism. So Nnamdi Kanu is arguing that on what law is the Nigerian government charging him for terrorism? That the law that they are using to charge him is an outdated law. That even the Terrorism Prevention Act of 2013 and this particular act was equally amended in 2022. So it means that whatever Nnamdi Kanu spoke with his mouth are merely his freedom of expression and probably his opinion, and cannot be classified under terrorism. So the Nigerian federal government and even James Omotosho knows that his actions cannot be categorized under terrorism because it does not even fall. There is no place in the Nigerian constitution as it stands today whereby what he did falls under terrorism. So why are you charging him for terrorism? This is what Nnamdi Kanu is saying, that what he did was merely to express his opinion and merely to express his freedom of speech, which is enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the Constitution stipulates that all those statements cannot be classified as acts of terrorism because, one, Nnamdi Kanu was not like Abubakar Shekau or all these terrorists or bandits in the north that brandish gun or probably carry out evil or bomb places and all that. That those were just speeches that he made. They were just boastful comments. And this is what Nnamdi Kanu is saying, that until the court or the presiding judge, James Omotosho, and the federal government comes up and tell him the law which they are using to charge him in court, that is the only time he can open up his defense. You must show me the constitution where I defaulted before you can start charging me. This is what the constitution says. When they take you to court, they will reference a part of the constitution where you actually broke. Now, there is no part of the constitution that you actually broke that is even invoked today. And why are you charging him for terrorism? You can charge him for other things, but you cannot charge him for terrorism because what he did not fall under the act of terrorism. If you catch people that actually, killing people or probably bombing areas, yes, you can charge those people directly because they were caught directly in the act and all that. But you cannot charge someone for making comments or probably, speaking about his opinion. So now they can pose this question across to, James Omotosho and the federal government lawyers. They had to run away from the court that yesterday. They were shocked that Nnamdi Kanu, understood the law. And Nnamdi Kanu said, that is just one. Now, the last but not the least reason why I'm not going to open up defense. He posed a very big question to them again and asked them, do you have the jurisdictional prudence? Do you have the jurisdiction to try me? He asked James Omotosho in court that yesterday, do you and the federal government lawyers, do you people have the jurisdiction? Or does this court have the jurisdiction to try me? James Omotosho was scared and shocked. He said, let us try to analyze it. He equally brought the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where it was clearly stipulated that no man shall be tried if the person is illegally extradited into the country. That it's tantamount not that you shall not, as a matter of fact, try a kidnapped victim. Because if you illegally extradite someone, that means you kidnap that person, and on no basis will there ever be a court, session for that particular person. You shall not even detain the person. You shall not even detain, not just even take him to court. You shall not even detain the person if you've illegally extradited him from another country to the country, being Nigeria. And James Omotosho and other justices from the federal government, we are so shocked that Nnamdi Kanu has dismantled a lot of things that yesterday. They couldn't answer the two questions. They couldn't. What James Omotosho now did when he saw that Nnamdi Kanu, understand what he's saying, he wanted to, shut him up by saying, since you don't want to open up your defense, just come and submit your written address and let us, give a final conclusion, probably a final judgment. Nnamdi Kanu said no. A court must address every legal issue that is being brought before it. It can't just be running. You don't have the local standing. The appeal court in 2022 said the same thing, that actually I don't have the local standing justice, and I had to free him and told the federal government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because the presiding judge then had to read through the constitution, and not why he knew that there is no constitution to charge him for what he did under terrorism, and again that the court do not even have the jurisdiction to try him since he is a kidnapped victim, and he ordered the federal government to release this particular man, that she cannot try him. This is what Nnamdi Kanu is currently arguing, saying if you cannot provide any charge in the constitution, that means there is no trial. No charge, no trial. This is what Nnamdi Kanu is saying, that no charge, no trial. You must tell me what I did. You must tell me the part of the constitution I broke, because that's the essence of going to the court. The court will point out and stipulate and point to you the part of the constitution you broke. The federal government and even the law court has been unable to point out or spell out the part of the constitution that this particular man broke. They can't be bringing in a law that has been amended since 2013. Remember, the law that the federal government is using to charge him is the law of 2011, the Terrorism and Prevention Act of 2011. But when the law was amended, the law made sure that it removed opinions, speeches from acts of terrorism. The only thing that can be considered or things that could be considered as acts of terrorism are things that you directly committed. Let's say he bombed or probably participated in shooting and all that. But this particular man was in UK, so his broadcast, everything can be considered as under the freedom of speech or right to expression. So Nnamdi Kanu is holding them on their necks, especially Justice James Omotosho. He doesn't know what to do. What he's trying to do to Nnamdi Kanu now is to force him to to enter defense. Nnamdi Kanu caught their trap. He said, I'm not going to enter any defense. You people cannot force me to enter a defense when you people don't even have a jurisdiction to try me. So why am I entering a defense? If I enter a defense, it means I'm becoming part and parcel of this particular illegality. That was what they wanted. So that when Nnamdi Kanu brings it up later, they will say, we are not part of it. Didn't you agree to bring up your defense? So they want Nnamdi Kanu to become part and parcel of this particular illegality. So Kanu called the antics, said, I am not going to open up a defense. Let heaven fall. Until you people, as a matter of fact, address or answer these particular two questions that I've posed to you guys in court today, I am not opening up any defense. But the question is, why is it that the federal government couldn't answer that question yesterday? Why is it that James Omotosho could not answer that question yesterday? Whenever the issue of his illegal extraordinary rendition comes up, the federal government starts running helter-skelter. You people illegally extradited this particular man back to the country. You broke laws. The Supreme Court confirmed it. Even the court in Kenya has confirmed and authenticated the fact that you people participated in illegal extraordinary renditioning. So why are you trying to make it look as if it's nothing? You broke a law. And what does the Nigerian constitution state about illegal and extraordinary rendition? You can't try a man that you illegally renditioned or abducted. He remains a kidnapped victim. Wolo Soyinka and a lot of people have actually stipulated and stated that what the Nigerian government did was to kidnap someone. A lot of Nigerians are not even aware that you dare not just go and kidnap people from any place. You must apply for an extradition treaty unless it is being approved by a court. That is the only time you can come to that particular country and extradite that person. But the Nigerian government never followed that path. What did they do? They went straight to Kenya, tortured him and abducted him and brought him back to the country. And where is he being done? This is a radical something. There's no country that does that. No country on earth ever does this stuff apart from Nigeria. And for the fact that he's illegal and his extradition was illegal, there's nothing else you can do. You don't have any jurisdiction. Your constitution is clear. The constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is clear on that particular regard. that you will not try a kidnap victim. You will not try or detain any person you illegally extradited. It is unlawful. It is there in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So James Omotosho is even a shameful thing that a legal luminary like him is even presiding over this particular case. It's even embarrassing and shocking that a legal luminary like him is actually presiding over a case that he doesn't have jurisdiction over, or because he wants to please the federal government of Nigeria. It literally and absolutely makes no sense. So now they can't really pose this question, and none of them could answer it. What James Omotosho now did was to tell them that we have, I think, 4th, 5th, and 6th of November to submit your written addresses, blah, 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 blah. You know, because he couldn't answer the questions that were posed across to him. You know, if he had answers to it, he could have answered it, but, you know, he didn't. So what he did was just to, you know, try to, you know, end that particular court session yesterday. That was what he did. And, you know, Nnamdi Kanu said, okay, I'm still holding you people in this particular angle. I am not going to leave your necks on this particular argument unless you people, you know, provide me answers and where it is written, or the constitution they are using to try me. I'm not leaving you people. Well, that's all we have. If you enjoy what we do here, if you enjoy our analysis, please do well to subscribe and equally like this particular video. It will cost you absolutely nothing to like. Drop your comment, share this particular video, make it go viral so that people and the world will see what's going on this particular, you know, case of Nnamdi Kanu versus the federal government of Nigeria. Remember, I will bring you on daily updates about Nnamdi Kanu's case and what's actually going on in the country. See you guys later.